Welcome back, friends. I hope you're in the mood for a little bit of Tolkien. I've got cracked open beside me The Lord of the Rings. I hopped over to the first of the books, The Fellowship of the Rings. It's the second chapter, and I picked out this portion because it so beautifully highlights Tolkien's theology, which, as much as he tries to hide it, it does make its way into the book. It's very much a Catholic book, and the ending is maybe most Catholic of all. You probably can't call it totally the ending because the book doesn't end with the destruction of the ring, but at the very least, the climax. And so we're going to be dealing with a little bit of foreshadowing of that and a little bit of the theology of grace that Tolkien infused into this work. So here we go. I hope you have some sort of beverage to sip on. I've got a little bit of coffee beside me, keep me going. So let's dig into it. Just for context, the Fellowship is together. They're all discussing what to do with the ring, and Frodo's a little bit dismayed at Gollum knowing about the ring and its whereabouts. So here we go. "But this is terrible," cried Frodo. Far worse than the worst that I imagined from your hints and warnings. Oh, Gandalf, best of friends, what am I to do? For now I am really afraid. What am I to do? What a pity that Bilbo did not stab that vile creature when he had a chance. Pity? It was pity that stayed his hand. Pity and mercy, not to strike without need. And he has never been well rewarded. And he has been well rewarded, Frodo. Be sure that he took so little hurt from the evil and escaped in the end because he began his ownership of the ring so, with pity. I am sorry, said Frodo, but I am frightened, and I do not feel any pity for Gollum. You have not seen him, Gandalf broke in. No, and I don't want to, said Frodo. I can't understand you. Do you mean to say that you and the elves have let him live on after all those terrible deeds? Now, at any rate, he is as bad as an orc, and just an enemy. He deserves death. Deserves it? I dare say he does. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Can you give it to them? Then do not be too eager to deal out death and judgment, for even the very wise cannot see all ends. I have not much hope that Gollum can be cured before he dies, but there is a chance of it, and he is bound up with the fate of the ring. My heart tells me that he has some part to play yet, for good or ill, before the end. And when that time comes, the pity of Bilbo may rule the fate of many, yours not least. In any case, we did not kill him. He is very old and very wretched. The wood elves have him in prison, but they treat him with such kindness as they can find in their wise hearts. All the same, said Frodo, even if Bilbo could not kill Gollum, I wish he had not kept the ring. I wish he had never found it, and that I had not got it. Why did you let me keep it? Why didn't you make me throw it away or destroy it? Let you? Make you? Said the wizard. Haven't you been listening to all that I have said? You are not thinking of what you are saying. But as for throwing it away, that was obviously wrong. And they go on into the different fates of the ring, but yeah, I think that's so powerful. He says that many that deserve death yet live, and some that die deserve life, and that's very true. One of the things entering the Catholic Church that I railed against was this apparent change to the understanding of the death penalty. Is it licit? Is it illicit? Where do we stand? Because you seem to see that in the Old Testament. The Church has never had a problem with executing the death penalty in its beginnings as well. So it's a New Testament and Old Testament thing. And so, why all of a sudden this apparent 180? I've come to understand it more as a doctrinal development, which it is. Just simply saying that the death penalty is no longer necessary. We have plenty of other means of taking care of these criminals, even ones that are apparently deserving of death. And so we need not do that. And it's so clear to see why when you read The Lord of the Rings, and that passage in particular, because Gollum is spared 3 times from death. The last time by Sam. He sees him, and Gandalf's words come back to him. He hears him, and he knows that even as wretched as a creature as Gollum is, he's not deserving of death, because every sinner still has a spark of divinity in them. Every sinner can still be redeemed. There's a great saying that every sinner has a past, every saint every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. And maintaining that hope, that Gollum can still have a future as a saint, is a hallmark of Christianity. We don't give up on people. It's almost militaristic. No man left behind, right? We're not going to throw in the towel, because there could be that last minute repentance, that turning of the heart. History is filled with people who on their deathbed have converted and been saved. And so who are we to rob any one person of that? In fact, I'm thinking also of 1 Samuel, where David is being hunted by Saul, and he finds him, in his cave, and he cuts off a corner of Saul's robe, to show to him later, saying, I could have killed you, and would have been warranted in doing so. This is apparently just self-defense, but he didn't, because judgment is the Lord's. I think that's extremely important, and something to apply to our understanding of the death penalty. You can even go back to the Old Testament, look at how they did animal sacrifices, and now those sacrifices are no longer necessary. You could even conceive of the death penalty as a sort of sacrifice. We're going to take this, very dangerous, albeit valuable human, and we're going to sacrifice them for the good of the community. I know there's different models of justice too. There's the punitive model, where this is, punishment that they deserve, and so it's a fulfillment of justice. But in one certain sense, it is a sacrifice of a person for the good of the community. And I don't think that sacrifices like that are ever ours to take. Christ has come to fulfill the law, and to infuse mercy into it. And even mercy for the guilty, for those evidently deserving of death. So I don't know. It helps me at least understand that change in the understanding of the death penalty within the Catholic Church, within the magisterium. I'm still definitely open to discussing it with other people, though. And in fact, I'd love to hear your comments about it in the comment section. So feel free to drop a comment in there. As always, it's a pleasure talking with you. It's a pleasure reading with you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.